Hi guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. So today we have Alex, and she currently has hand-tied extensions, so we're going to take those out, and you can see her natural hair is pretty blonde, and she does want to go a little bit darker today. So first things first, we do need to fill her, because if not, she will go very muddy and green, and we do not want that at all. So I'm going to be filling her with 9GI, which is more of a gold, 8C, which is a copper, and 7G, which is another gold. So I'm filling her with these so that they don't go too dark, but just enough so that we can still put a really nice, beautiful color over top. When I'm doing colors like this, I like to take them to the bowl and do it this way. This is just faster for me to do it, and I can just really work it in pretty quickly. I am going to be leaving her money piece out at first, but I will be touching this. I just want it to end up being a little bit lighter, so I don't want this color to sit on there as long. So this is what she looks like all washed out. She is now gold and coppery, but nothing too dark, which is going to be perfect. So now mixing up her colors. So our first formula is going to be 7NW and 5NW with Shades EQ Cream. This is more of a opaque version of Shades EQ, and it's going to cover a little bit more. These two together are going to give us about a level 6, which is going to be perfect. For her second formula, I'm using 9NB, 9GI, 8V, and 7M. Even though our two formulas are pretty close together in level, this will still give us some dimension tonality-wise. So I like these two together. I like to have some dimension and not just one flat color. I've shared this technique before, but this is called color blocking. So as you can see, I have one thick chunk here as one section, and I'm doing one color from roots to ends. And my second section, which will be another chunk, will be a different color, our second formula, from roots to ends. So I'm doing this because we will be adding extensions in later, and I can kind of place the different colors where I want them. But this will be a really beautiful blended technique that's also really quick. I mentioned earlier that she currently had hand-tied extensions in, and she told me she wanted to go darker. I was like, girl, we are not coloring these extensions. You just got them. They're still really new, but we had some old tape-in extensions that were darker. So our goal is to color match her hair to those extensions so that they'll match perfectly and that we can still use them, and she'll still have her blonde extensions when she's ready to go back blonde. I'm going to be doing this same technique of Formula 1, Formula 2, etc. all the way up the back of the head as well as the sides. However, for her money piece, I will just be doing our second formula on her money piece, which is the one that's going to be a little bit lighter. We let her process for the full 25 minutes, and I'm going to be root smudging her with 5N in Colorants by Goldwell just to add a little bit more depth at her root. And you can see now it's going to be a really nice rich color. We used a bunch of warm tones, which is going to be absolutely beautiful, but this root smudge is just going to add a little bit more depth at the root. So there are a ton of different ways to do extensions, but with tape-ins I was taught to place my first piece on top so it'll pick up the perfect amount of hair. I find that the tape will pick up exactly how much hair you need, and then I will clip this away and put my second piece underneath and line it up perfectly. I'll also take my comb and clean up the edges to make sure there's no hair stuck in there, and this tape is heat activated, so I will also take my straightener and kind of go over it a little bit just so that it can bond together perfectly. When I do tape-ins, I like to kind of section them off the way that I would for hand-tied extensions, so kind of like the horseshoe kind of feel, just so it can kind of mimic a full row, but with tapes instead. You may also notice that my top piece is a little bit lighter than the bottom piece, and that is so we can add some dimension with extensions and not necessarily with her own hair. But the top piece matches so well and it is beautiful. I can't wait for you guys to see it. It looks a little wild right now, but for curling, I like to use my Babyliss 1 1/4 inch iron, and I will start kind of towards the middle and kind of roll up and let that sit for a few seconds, and then when I'm ready to release it, I will unwind the whole iron and just let the curl sit. I will not brush this out until we are done. You can see that there's some dimension in that curl. It is absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait. So after we got done, I finished her off with the Olaplex number 7 bonding oil. It is amazing. If you haven't tried it, I absolutely love it. And here is her after. It is very cloudy, so excuse the lighting, but it's a beautiful tone. We love it. She is gorgeous. So let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. Bye, guys.